So like that kind of music that has you like
transcends you.
like it has you clicking it, and also has you thinking.
Yeah.
Cause I need somebody to stand by me through the good times, the bad times. You will always be right there. Then they said, sunny day. Everybody loves them. But tell me, baby, can you stand the rain?
Hey!
Understand?
I understand.
Listen, everybody likes them, but can you stand? Hi, I'm your host Sandé, and welcome to Soundtracks, the podcast where we share the personal connections we have with music and how those connections influence our experiences, our emotions, and our memories. Thank you for being here today, and thank you for trusting me with your time. Today I have my friend Kaniya. Kaniya and I met at LSE. Lots of my guests and I met at LSE, so shout out LSE. We met at LSE, but predominantly through the Women in Color. What is it?
Women in Consultancy.
Women of Color in Consultancy.
Woke.
Woko.
Woko.
Shout out to you, Marabella.
Marabella.
So we met through Woko, and yeah, I've been friends ever since. Kaniya is a businesswoman. She has a beauty brand called Kaniya Cares. It's an organic beauty brand. She has hair care products, great lip gloss. She was just telling me about her Edge product, which, as you can see, I don't edge at all. But, you know, go on her Instagram and follow her and order the products or just check it out. Hi, Kaniya.
Hey, girl.
How are you doing?
I'm really, really well. I'm in a good place.
That's good. You've been saying.
I am. How are you?
I am good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a week, but now we're here. The week is over. So yeah, I've been okay.
That's good.
Thank you for coming.
Always. When I heard about it, I was just like, oh, it's different.
Yeah.
I've never done a podcast before.
Oh.
But I'm excited because I'm a natural lover of music. So to share my love for music with somebody who is a music fanatic makes me really happy.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get straight into it.
Yeah,
The first thing that we do is play a game.
Okay.
I call this word association. I give you a word, and you just give me a song that pops into your mind, right?
Okay.
So you can look in your phone.
Okay.
I'll edit all the searches.
Okay. I don't know why all of a sudden I'm a bit nervous.
People go blank, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Because you might, like, a song can come into your head, but you forgot the artist, but you know the song, the
Yeah,
vibe.
yeah.
But yeah, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So your first word is Sao Paulo.
Oh my god! You did your research! Oh my god! Okay, it was Sao Paulo. They play a lot of funk music. So we had a lot of funk playing wherever we went. And there's like dance attributed to every funk music. So
When did you go to Brazil?
So I went to Brazil in 2018. I was there for 6 weeks, and it was like the most life-changing experience that I've ever had till this date. I love Brazilian culture, Brazilian people, Brazilian music. It was just phenomenal, and I couldn't recommend it enough for everyone to go visit at least once.
So,
yeah.
So
the songs will be Brazilian funk, and the one in particular, well, there's two actually. There's, boom boom tum 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 tum.
Ooh, yes.
TikTok, like TikTok blew it up. And then ever since I came back from Brazil, I actually have a playlist dedicated solely to Brazilian music. And I love it. Oh my god, you really did when you said Sao Paulo, yeah. I was just like, what? So this is all my Brazilian music that I have. And I really love this one, but I'm not going to play it. And then my favorite...
So what is it? Bum Bum...
Bum Bum Tum Tum. And it went viral on TikTok, and everyone was doing the little dance to it. And it's by J Balvin, Future, and MC Fioti. Okay. And this is a remix, actually, with Stefflon done and Juan Megan. So I love this. And then the next two that I really like all of them, but this one... Babalanga. This is by Danny Ocean, and it's called Me Russo. I love this song. It just takes me back to a specific place. I was in this like little house, shacked up with hella students, and I'll just be in the kitchen just doing like my breakfast, going on socials, listening to it in the background, dancing to it. It was just a good time. Like whenever I listen to particular like Brazilian music, it really takes me back to when I was there in Sao Paulo. Transports me to a really good time in my life.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Do you ever plan on going back?
I 100% plan on going back. So I'm hoping next year, actually Mirabella, we want to do a whole trip with the girls. Hopefully, because I have a mission to hopefully build a school there. Well, it's a build a classroom. I've had this pledge for a while now, so I really want to go back and just finalize it, hopefully. So I was telling the girls we can do 2 things at once. So we can go to the carnival in Brazil, yeah, and then go afterwards back to Sao Paulo, and hopefully, yeah, just enjoy the time with the community and just help with community development.
And when you went the first time, what was it for?
It was for community development and volunteering. It was with a charity called Isaac. I believe it's like one of the branches of the UN. And they just allow students to go abroad and gain that experience in like, developing countries, helping, with English, all the sort of activities you would expect with community development. And it was life-changing. I met the most incredible, selfless people. And it was just a good time.
It's good.
A good time.
When you spoke about, I think obviously you loved it so much.
So much.
I don't know how it came up in conversation.
Yeah.
But you would just lit up every single time you talk about your time in Brazil. You light up every single time.
Honestly.
And you would just compared to when you spoke about your time in New York.
Yeah.
When you speak about your time in Brazil, it was like, oh my God, it was great.
Yeah.
And when you go to New York, you're like the ghetto child, the ghetto.
Do you know what it is? Basically, the ghetto is just a different version of London. So it's a very jam-packed city, very similar cultures. There it's a more gritty, a bit more grimier, which I love because, I grew up in the hood. So for me, I want to go to the grittier places because that's what I'm most comfortable with. But it's so similar to here that I was just like, okay, it's out of my checklist. But Brazil, this is a culture with so many different people. It has one of the highest black populations outside of Africa. The music. When I tell you, these people are the most happiest people I've ever seen. And I actually have a story where like we're on the escalators, yeah, and with us we're very much like London, very quick to go, we're always in a rush basically. Over there they have people from standing on both sides of the elevator. My friends and I, we were literally itching. We're like, no one's moving. Like, why are we moving? And it's just like their culture is slow paced. They're very much community orientated, very chilled. They want to celebrate everything. So it's just different. It's a good vibe.
It is. I think coming from Namibia, or even Cape Town, and coming to London, it's very different.
Really?
I think people in London are very like about their business. Like you can't have a casual conversation with someone in London because they were like, what do you want? Like, are you trying to steal from me? Or like, why? We're not going to have a, how's your day going?
No, babe. You're right. And that's a rhetorical question, babe.
And don't answer.
Don't answer.
Like, you're right. And then you just kind of move. Boop. Like, I didn't actually, you know what I mean? I didn't actually ask you a question to like hear what your answer is. And so it's very individualistic in that sense.
Very much.
Where people don't like talk to each other, even like strangers, which I found really, really odd. Yeah. Like if you fall down, you fall down.
You better get back up, girl.
So one day we were at, it just reminds me of how like not community-based London is. We were at like Cheesy and Sam's old place, that side of, I don't remember, the old place.
Yeah.
And we had like a night out and we were drinking and whatnot, and then I had to travel all the way back to here. And it was like, get on a bus, get on 2 buses. And on one of my changes, my phone gets stolen, right? By some of those kids on the bikes.
No way.
And they take my phone from my hand.
No.
And I was literally using it to navigate to get to the next bus stop, right? So I'm not the most soberest at the moment.
Oh my God.
And the phone gets snatched from my hand. And the kids are on a bike and I'm trying to run after them and I fall down, I scrape my hand. And I'm just like, oh my God, how am I going to get home? I genuinely don't know where the fuck I am. Like, I just don't know where I am,
that's
right?
So sad.
I don't know where I came from as well. Like, I can't tell you the address.
Was you by yourself?
I was by myself. But also, that's the thing of, like, we depend so much on our phones that you don't even know where you are. Like, my phone's going to get me home. I'm like, oh my God. And then I start asking people, can you please
direct me?
Help me. I just need to get home. I'll give you my address. And I have this thing where even now, I don't know my own number off by heart. And I don't know Taku's number off by heart. I like that's so
fair
so
enough.
stupid.
Yeah, no.
I don't know why I don't know them.
it's not like the olden days where we had to rely on knowing people's numbers. Now the
It's on my
phone
phone.
does everything for us. Why do we have to
Even someone
remember?
asks my number, I have to go into my notes to find my own number.
Okay, your own number is a little bit ridiculous.
I know.
But your man's number, I can understand.
Like, I don't even know. Like, I need to
How
learn
many
it.
years has it been?
Otaku?
No, your number.
My number?
Yeah.
3 years.
Yeah, okay. I thought it was maybe like a few months.
I know my dad's number and
Oh,
my
that is
mommy's
so
number.
cute.
I don't know my own. No,
Fair
I don't
enough.
know my own. So I need to learn my own number. So I didn't even know his number to call.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm not trying to find someone to help, and no one wants to help me. Like, no one is even listening. No one is stopping.
Yeah.
No, I'm distraught. And then this hun is like, what do you need?
Yeah.
She has an accent. She sounds like she's from South America. She's with this man who is so distrusting. You can tell. He's looking at me and he's just like, what's this? But she's like, what do you need? How can I help you?
Yeah.
I'm like, I live at this address. My phone just got stolen. I just want to go home, please.
Yes.
And she says, fine. Gets me an Uber. And says, is it like, do you have Instagram? It's like, yeah. He's going to Instagram you and tell me when you get home.
Oh my God.
And because obviously I can just Instagram my phone, right? So she gets me an Uber. I get home because I still have my keys and everything. I get home and I message them and like, I got home safely. Thank you so much.
Oh my
right, but
God.
for like 10 minutes, no one would listen to me and no one would help me. No one would say anything. And if that was at home, that wouldn't happen.
At all. The first person you probably have approached would have told you. Yeah.
And that's like, I try when I'm around London not to become like Londoners.
Yeah,
It's just really hard not to
cynical,
do that.
yeah.
It's hard. It's so
and she's
difficult.
Latin American. That she's South American. I'm telling you, they're warm. They'll be the first people to
She was
help
like,
you.
how can I help you? What do you need? And the girl was just like,
I don't believe her.
Like, genuinely, I have nothing. You can search me. I don't have a
Yeah,
phone. I just want to go home.
yeah.
I'm not going to steal your, like, what would I do your Uber for? Just buy me an Uber, it's fine. I'll go home and I'll send you a message. And that's for me the contrast of how nice people are outside and in London. And also, it's just London. People outside of London are super nice and super, like, chatty and stuff. But I've become that way as well. It's like, don't, especially on a train.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me. Like, I don't want to be spoken to. If I see someone from work on my train, please don't come sit next to
Oh
me.
my God, why is that a thing? Because somebody said that I saw you going on a bus and I was going to get on the same bus, but because I didn't want to talk to you, I got on a different one. I'm like,
Because I'm just tired.
I hear it. I hear it. But guys, we're becoming robots.
We are. And I pray that the person gets in a different carriage than me. Or I will get in a different carriage than them.
I hear it because I wouldn't have spoken.
I ignore
but
you the whole time and I know you're there. And, and then we get up at the same scene. You're like, oh, I didn't see you there. And I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? Because I saw you. I'm not going to say I didn't see you because I did see you. I just ignored you the whole time. I think because when you go into work, it's so chatty.
Yeah.
I don't want to start chatting too early.
Yeah.
I need to reserve my energy for
I
the
hear
chatting
it.
that happens.
I hear it.
Even same thing for when I'm coming from work.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
I hear it. But at the same time, if we keep having that same level of energy, what community are we even forming?
It's true. It's true.
What precedents are we setting?
I guess if it was a thing of consistently being on, maybe that's different.
Yeah.
But I think working from home, one, and COVID times were very like in your own space and you weren't with other people and like trying to incorporate people into your life, but not always because you still work from home. Yeah. There's still a balance to be had there because I don't take the train for 3 days when I'm at home. It's just me. And then I have to switch on and talk the whole day. That's a huge change.
No, I hear it 100% because I've started to develop social anxiety myself. So the idea of constantly speaking to people has put in me in there like a very much a distant mood, so I can sometimes come across passive aggressive or stuck up. Far from it, but social anxiety since COVID is a real thing. Like the idea of constantly in the socializing mood it's not always there. So I hear it, I understand. Like people just want to have a sense of quietness, and I understand it. But at the same time, on the flip side, we're missing out on like real life communication with people, like building bonds with people, because we're on this like earth limited, like we've got a limited time on this earth. So you want to create as many beautiful memories as you can is my motto going forward, because I was so cynical, so pessimistic, but now I'm trying to shed it and like embrace optimism. And it feels so nice being nice to yourself in your head. Oh, it's a nice place to be in here.
But how do you get there?
Oh, a lot of unlearning. Yeah, a lot of unlearning. So what happened to me was, things happen, you get told things, trauma dumping is real, and then you internalize a lot of people's pain and you act as if it happened to you. So you're on defense mode. it's like anyone is probably out to get me. And it's like, no, like, so now I've had to unlearn. I've had to do a lot of soul searching. Prayer helps me a lot. And just being around people that know your essence. There's no judgment. You can be free to be yourself and just constantly be in spaces where you feel comfortable and celebrated. So yeah, it's just a lot of unlearning and just speaking to myself more. Speaking to myself kindly. Because before I was like, fucking dumb bitch. Sorry if I can't swear. But just being so negative. But now I'm just like, you're good, man.
You're trying your best.
Yeah, you're good. You may not be where you want to be right now, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get there. You will get there eventually, but just enjoy now because you're never going to get this time back ever. So we're so quick to be like, I can't wait to have this, I can't wait to have that. But once we get there, we're just going to be like, oh, I actually miss when I was younger, you know. I miss the like not having much responsibility. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, just enjoying right now. Like touching things, like holding my hand, feeling the different textures. Do you know what I mean? Being more present. Reading books helps as well, like the present of now, present of our habits, all of these things, the power of now, the power of habits, books that really allow you to just take time
to think,
like you've got a tree behind you, actually acknowledging the tree, touching the tree, constantly just being like in the present. So important.
I think that everyone's goal, I guess, is to get to a place, especially now when there's so many messaging that like X about you is not the greatest. Even if someone's not talking to you that directly, they're talking at people like you, like the beauty standard is not you, or the body type is not you, and you can just like, as you said, internalize that those things, and it leads you to not talking to yourself kindly.
100%.
Yeah, and the goal even for me is to talk to myself a lot more kinder and more grace. I think the word of the year for me is just like give grace to yourself and to others. Only because I don't know, when you want things done, you want them done now, and or when you want things in a particular way, when it's not you doing it, people have their own ways. Giving grace to not only myself but to other people is one of the things that I'm aiming to do this year. Yeah,
I love that. I really like that. You will get there 100%. 100%. It's just taking some time out just to remind yourself, look, I'm not perfect, far from it, but I'm trying my best. And that's it. That's all I can do in this life, is just try my best. Yeah.
Your second word is beauty.
Oh, beauty. Beauty. I just think of like Whitney Houston. Yeah, like that carefree sort of beauty, that timeless beauty. I also think of Toni Braxton. So songs that are just very empowering. It's not right, but it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. So stuff like that, like those sort of lyrics, that to me is beauty. Just being happy with where you are and knowing that, you know, you don't really need all of these external validations, especially from men. You're good with who you are within. So it's music like that, or the man wasn't good enough for me. Just knowing, do you know what I mean?
So what I'm hearing is basically songs that say men ain't shit. That's what I'm hearing.
Men ain't shit. Period.
That's what I'm hearing. But I think beauty coming from empowerment.
Yes.
I think from Whitney's that is it called Not Alright?
Not alright.
That particular song is like it's not right, but it's okay. It's like, do what you want. I'm gonna be by myself.
Regardless.
and that empowerment, in having empowerment, and that being beautiful. And the same thing, men enough for me. Like you said, all these things, you've done all these things, but at the end, you know. And I'm fine with myself and by myself.
Exactly.
So beauty from empowerment.
Yeah, and it's not always just men as well. It's just people who do you wrong or might have the wrong judgment of you. It's like you can think what you want, you can do what you want. At the end of the day, I know who I am. You know what I mean? And that's the most important thing, having that sort of self-love for yourself, self-recognition, not having to seek external validation from men or from people in general. Because there's going to be a lot of people in this life that are going to misjudge you, misunderstand you, mischaracterize you even, put all these labels on you, and it's like, no, I reject it. That's
Just tell
do
me.
you know what I mean? That you're trying to project right now, and I don't like it. I know who I am. As long as I know who I am in here and in here, that's all that matters to me. So music like that is really like, yeah, fuck that hoe, fuck that bitch. No, but fuck any sort of label that you try to put on me. Do you know what I mean? So that's the kind of music that I usually listen to when I'm in that mood of just being carefree, and just loving my inner self. Yeah. Shout out to Whitney Houston. Shout out to Toni Braxton. I love those women.
Last word for you is love.
A song that reminds me of love. There's so many. So many. Emeli Sandé. My Kind of Love. I really love that song. And whenever I listen to Emeli Sandé, period, I get extremely emotional because she just says words that I'm thinking, but I don't know how to articulate. And she speaks about loved ones, and I have such a deep love for my loved ones, my parents in particular, my sisters, my my family, my brothers, my friends. So my love is familial love. It's friendship kind of love, So people that are just always going to be there. And my parents are the ultimate. When I think of love, I think my parents. That's like my ultimate love, because that love is unconditional love. And I know whether I do right or wrong, they're always going to love me, It's love that is just irreplaceable. And I get really emotional anytime I speak about my parents, because I know like they're growing older. God,
Don't even start.
let me not even start in this conversation, because
yeah,
they're getting older, and the older I see them getting, the more fragile they are. So it's like they're not going to be here forever. So for me, it's just like we have to appreciate them whilst they're still here.
So I hate you for doing that.
I'm so sorry. I said I wasn't going to cry
That's
either.
number one. And I didn't even bring pictures for myself.
No, I'm
because
so
I was like,
sorry.
nah. Okay, cool, fine.
I would give you this birthday.
I came, obviously I went home. No.
It's okay.
I want to bypass this so much, but I've already started. I went home, obviously, the other day. And I saw my parents, I saw my dad, and they're older, and I live here. Yeah. So I'm here, and they're there. And it's like, fucking hell, mate. It's like, and also when I go home, it's very like short, and it's maybe sweet, and like, me and my mom don't fight as much because I'm not there long enough, but there's like obviously that, but they're older and they're getting older, and you're like, fuck, how much time do I have? And I don't want to like be here. Anyway, and very similarly, I just lost my goddad died last month.
Rest in peace.
And it's like, I was here, obviously. And then it's like, shit, if that happens to my parents and I'm here, like, and I know they want me to be here, it's a better life for me and in terms of prospects and stuff, but like, how far is that stuff worth it? And it has me like thinking of all kinds of stuff. Like, my parents really want me to have kids. I don't know if I want to have kids for like different reasons. But it has me thinking like, should I just, like, I'm very maternal. Should I still have the kids? But also like, there's a part of me who wants to have the kids for them. Because I am their oldest kid, and they have nephews all over the place and nieces all over the place from like their nieces and nephews, but none from us, because like I said, I'm the oldest. And it's just like, it makes me want to have kids more for them, but obviously you can't have kids for other people.
Exactly.
But like, I want them to experience that kind of joy, because I know they'll be so good at it. I know they'll have the best time being grandparents. But like, I see my dad, he has like a back issue right now, issue he's had his whole life, but like he's all getting older, so like he's moving slower, and like I'm just like, oh my god, what am I doing here? Like, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Every time I come back, I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? But yeah, so thank you for that.
So do you feel guilty being here then?
That's not guilt. No. That's not guilt. I don't feel guilty at all. I don't think it's guilt. It's just sadness. It's not guilt at all. I think my parents worked really, really hard for me to get here. Like, I have, like, every debt that I have is debt that I collected myself. and it's not even a lot of debt. It's debt that I pay back every single month just because of credit cards. But my education has been funded by my parents. I have no school debts at all, and I can go to them for anything. And I have in my life have never wanted for anything, and that makes me really, really lucky.
Yeah.
And so I don't feel guilty being here because I know this is where they want me to be. This is where they worked for me to be. But I do get on the phone with my mom. She's like, when I came back, like, and I get she's not like, oh, come home, but like I know she wants me there. And she is like, everyone else getting older, and I think when you work so hard, I think as hard as my parents did, when you get to a place where it's slowed down a bit, you reflect more about your life and on your life and what you've done. And I think having their kids all over the place for them is like, oh shit. But yeah, I think for me, I'm super lucky to, even when I'm here, I'm super close to them still. And yeah. So like you're so lucky to be living with your parents, to be still under the same roof in the same country. Even if you do move down the road to live with someone else or your sister or another roommate, you can always go home and see your parents. So
that distance must be really hard.
It is very hard.
Super sad. But in terms of your parents, you're fulfilling their dreams right now. You're everything that they wanted you to be. You're here living your life. And they're super, super proud of you.
They are.
So proud of you.
It's still so hard to be away.
I know.
But woo, fuck you for that. Oh God. Oh, let's just get into song of the week. Just bypass all that. My song of the week this week is "Therapy" by Mary J. Blige. The only reason is because it's a good song. It's a great song. It reminds me of my friend Emma. When we were in high school, would play this particular album. The name is escaping me right now. And it was a great song to sing as well. And it's a great belting song. It's a great shower song. It's just, yeah.
I thought it was recent. It's an old school song.
It's an old school. It's like 2000, maybe like 26, 17.
It was a recent one. But Mary J. Blige, she hasn't really released music recently, has she? Or
I think
am I wrong?
The
Trey songs?
The song, the album where Good Morning Gorgeous is pretty recent.
Okay.
So Therapy was from
2000 and what?
2014.
Okay. 10 years ago.
She Good Morning Gorgeous is the album. It's called Good Morning Gorgeous. Okay. Was released last year.
Okay. Good morning. Okay, cool. Because when I heard the introduction to the song, I was just this is soulful.
Why can I spend the rest of my days unhappy?
Oh, girl, if you don't sing today, no, your voice is so beautiful. Allahumma barik. That's in Arabic, just to protect you. Yeah. So whenever you hear something beautiful or you see somebody beautiful, you have to say this like sort of dua almost. It's just a word to protect you always.
Dua.
It's like a prayer, a short little prayer. Like I don't know if even a dua. It's just a word that you say to protect that person always. Like
Thank you.
To protect whatever it is special that they have to protect it always.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
What is your song of the week?
My song of the week is Benjamin A.D. Oh, I love Benjamin A.D. He's like one of my favourite artists in the UK. He's so underappreciated and I don't like that for him. He's a super talented artist that comes from Lewisham. And fun fact, I actually started listening to him when I was in year 8, year 9. So I grew up with his music. He has a little brother called Young Ads. I don't know if you've heard of Young Ads. Young Ads is this phenomenal rapper that has just gone clear. Like he's part of this group called DB, D Block Europe. And I came across them maybe in year 9. Year 8, year 9. And they had this one song on YouTube. I think they took it down, but it's just like tears in my eyes as I bow my head, but still I wanna get caught on my friend. And then Benjamin A.D. says, death is just a fact of life, rumoured to be round the corner. So I watch my front, back and sides, handling my biz. I hoping to be back at night. And it's just like, I love the way he conveys his words and his thoughts. And Oxytocin is about, love. And somebody that you stop speaking to, but you still have that love for them. And yeah, it's just about just, is it unrequited? Unrequited?
Unrequited love. Yeah.
Unrequited love, yeah. How does it go? Think it's best, we're just friends. That was then. Fast forward, here we are back again and creeping up on you. So you know how you start speaking to somebody, but you're still like low-key preying their socials? Mm-hmm. That is what it's about. Not saying that I do that or anything.
I cannot relate, but that's what they do there.
Yeah.
Not me
though. Stay safe.
Not me, but if you like it, I love it.
Honestly, love that for you, sis.
Not me though. Let's move on to your soundtracks.
Okay.
And how this is gonna work?
Oh yeah, my soundtracks are here.
So we are going to. You're going to choose a song from here.
Okay.
A random one, and then you're gonna talk about it.
Okay. Just went straight for it. I love this song. Oh, this is the songs that I was part. Yeah, I was like, wait, how did you know this is my favorite song? Okay, so I chose "Differences" by Genuine. I think that's going to be my wedding song, either the one that I'm walking with or the one that I do my dance with. I think the song is so beautiful. The way it sounds as it begins, it's just so sonically pleasing to the ears, and the lyrics is so profound because I need him to know, you know, that I am his and he is mine. And before him, it was bleak. When he entered and I entered his life simultaneously, it just brightened up our days. So Genuine Differences is going to be my wedding song. And my man better start learning the lyrics now. That's all I got to say.
So what about this? Firstly, when did you first hear the song? And what about it makes you feel like, you know, this is the kind of love that I want to receive and the kind of love that I want to give?
I first heard it maybe a few years ago, because my sister is a really old R&B head. So like growing up, those are the kind of music that we sort of listen to. So I was already familiar with Genuine. I liked artists like Ruben, 2024, like 2004 is just a beautiful example of just old school R&B. Charles Wilson, I love old school R&B music, and he is one of them, and he's just a smooth operator. He's just too good, and he looks good. He's just the whole package. Genuine has a whole package till this day.
I think when I think of like obviously old school R&B, that feel like, you know, we used to have this back when I was growing up, we had this radio station, and it would play Sandé slow jams. Yeah. Like that's what I think when I hear like Genuine Differences. Yeah. And sometimes you try to find that kind of R&B-ness in current music. Yeah. Whereas I feel like I see it a lot with like female artists, like women, like old school R&B vibes. And I don't see it as much with this is gonna be so. Are you okay?
I didn't want to move at the same time, but go ahead, sis.
Like male R&B voices that like do the same. And the other day I was I follow Colors on Instagram, and this is this guy called Kamari, and there's a song called Four Walls. It's so like like the old school R&B, and his sound is so like it's that Genuine-esque old R&B, and he talks about like the same like love stuff that we have here. Exactly. Yeah, it's called Four Walls.
Could you please send it to me, or I'll write it down after. I just miss that old school R&B love. It was about finding real love connections, and it was about like just old. I don't know how to even describe it, because when I compare it to this decade of love songs that I hear, it's giving cold, it's giving transactional, it's giving hoe bitches, this, that, and the other. Disrespect is what it's giving. So for me, it's just like, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear things about caressing my soul, this, that, the other. Do you know what I mean? Genuine love that is just pure and long lasting.
And even like when there isn't, when the love isn't there, still being able to express it in such a kind way, which I think like in the song that I'm talking about, he's like, these four walls keep me company. They don't up and leave. Like you, for example. I'm in this room, but this room, it's here.
Yeah.
And you've left, but these four walls keep me company.
You see, it's still that subtlety. Like, even though you've gone, it's not like you fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a fuck your friend.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
excuse me.
And it's like even when you don't call, even because he goes, even when you don't call. The walls are here.
One lyrics, please.
No.
I'm trying to get as many sentences out of you as possible.
So like the storytelling, I think, is what's missing. The storytelling essence of a song.
Yes.
That isn't, about like superficial stuff.
Yeah.
But again, when people are looking for, what is the word?
Virality.
They just want that catchy thing, that one thing that you think of the shit.
I'm on a vat. Four door. What?
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
That's what we're looking for. That's what people are looking for. So it's very nice to still, if that's what you're looking for in your music, making effort to look for that kind of music is up to you. Because the music that you will be fed every single day in your socials will not be that.
Exactly. I think you're right. You're gonna tailor make it for you and what you want to listen to. And story making and storytelling, not just in words, but also I miss storytelling in visuals. I miss that Ray J outside of the window dancing in the rain, sort of love. Do you know the Ashanti happy when she's in the fun fair for her man?
What is that Ray J song in the rain?
What? Can I have one wish?
Just one wish.
I forgot the list. Like, we'll be what? Best friends. Love will never end. It's just me and you.
You got it. It is one wish. R&B, like, there was a meme that I saw the other day that like R&B bras had the same like they all just start the song with, and it's true, like like even Can You Stand the Rain said the same, like there's so many that way. So like that kind of music that has you like
transcends you,
like it has you clicking it, and also has you thinking, because I need somebody to stand by me. To the good times, the bad times, you will always be right there. And they said, sunny day. Everybody loves them. But tell me, baby, can you stand the rain?
Hey! I understand.
It's the same. Everybody likes them, but can you stand the rain?
Exactly. You can't make that shit up, man.
And you have to look for it. It's not readily there.
Yeah, you literally have to soul search and just come across it, and it's just like it's trial and error sometimes.
And the music is there. It's just not fed to us.
Yeah.
On social media every day.
No, you have to literally. You have to look for it. Go on YouTube. Colors is a good platform.
I was literally just thinking about colors.
Colors. Yo, there's this one girl called Nana. She's like, it's called Nana. I think her name is Yena. Yana, and her voice is incredible. I think she speaks in Spanish. I don't know if she's Spanish or Latin. I don't know, but her voice is incredible. Yeah, you meet some really nice. Mahalia.
I literally think about like the first time I saw Mahalia was on Colors, and she always says like she was about to quit.
Oh, really?
Right before that, like she was about to quit music. Right before she blew up on Colors.
Wow.
She's gonna quit. Yeah.
And that blew up as well.
Sober? Are you sick?
Now that I am sober,
I take back what I said.
Hey. No, your voice is incredible. Like, you need to get your flowers. Okay, sorry. I just want to hear it because sonically it's very nice to my ears.
But like really, like I was in the Colors. Everyone should follow Colors. If you don't,
100% follow Colors.
Even when you're scrolling on your Instagram page, you would just be blessed.
Yes. And do you know what? Sometimes I just let it to auto scroll, and I can be cleaning, and somebody will just pop up, and I'm just like,
whoa.
I know. Do you know what it is? One thing about me, I've always said this about myself. I've got a good ear. I know when a song's gonna blow up before it plays up. Yeah, I just got that good. I know what good music is when I hear it. I just know. It speaks to my soul. It speaks to my heart. It speaks to my ears. So I'm just like, this person has so much potential. I just hope they remain consistent because they can go very far.
Yeah.
It's not just luck also, but consistency plays a big role. But sometimes, I don't know, with this whole debate about luck and consistency and all hard work beats talent if talent doesn't work hard enough, it's a culmination of everything. Luck, talent, if you've got the funding, that's even better. Connections, like people underestimate how much connections can get you really far as well. But yeah, and money talks as well. I feel like I was listening to another podcast with Philly and Chunks, and Philly is actually good friends with Benjamin AD, because he was in the song that I really like, Backseat Driving, and I was like, wait, they know each other, but then I realized they're both from Lewisham. So he even brought it up, and I was like, that's a good debate, because he was like, Benjamin AD is a good friend of mine and his talent is unbelievable, but he is not where I am in terms of the charts, and he doesn't even think he's got half the talent as Benjamin AD. And for him to even recognize that, I said kudos to you. Number one.
One thing about Philly, he's so he's
self-aware.
So
yeah,
he knows what he doesn't know.
Exactly, and he takes it on the chin.
And he takes it on the chin.
Yeah.
Like, actually, I don't know that.
Yeah.
And he's just so he's like
genuine.
Such a nice guy.
Yeah.
When he speaks about his family, his sisters, you just sit in this guy.
Not selfish. What's the opposite?
Selfless.
Selfless. It was literally on the top of my tongue. A completely selfless individual.
He
yeah.
like such a nice person.
And so does Chunks.
Shout out to you, Philly. That's why they're so close.
Yeah. There's like a dynamic duo right there.
Do you listen to Shits and Gigs?
Not really, no.
They were in Shits and Gigs.
Oh yeah, I saw that one with them.
That was the best episode.
Really?
I love Shits and Gigs. But like the two of them, you can just, they're the chemistry and they just like the way they bounce off each other.
Yeah, they knew all their answers.
Like,
yeah.
We always say like we've made the right people famous, like the two of them.
Yeah.
It's great to have them there as people that the young boys can look up to.
And you know what is so even more remarkable? They're from ends. They've got that sort of that experience of growing up without much, and then to work hard the way they've worked hard and paved the way for themselves. It's inspiring because younger kids can look up to that. They don't have to necessarily go into the street life. They know there's other avenues to make halal bread. Do you know what I mean? There's uncapped potential online to make money online. So yeah, shout out to them for real. But yeah, he was just saying, look, this guy has as much potential as the next person. His talent is out of this world, but he is nowhere near the charts. But I'm trending 30th out the chart, or whatever it may be. And it's because of the lack of connection sometimes, lack of funding. You need to put a lot of money into it for you to see results. And a lot of people don't have that disposable income just like that, like lying around. A lot of it is just self-funded. No one talks about, like, you still got bills to pay and you're still, till this day, putting money into your craft. And it's a balance between having to eat today or putting money into my art, my music. So it's this kind of offset balance, like what am I going to choose, which one? Sometimes it's hard to balance both, but that's why people take a break a lot of the times.
It's very similar to business as well, right?
Where exactly,
you have something that you really love and you believe in your product. Is great,
yeah,
but you still have to eat.
It's very similar to business. I have my product is my baby, and so is your artistry to yourself. So it's just like, putting all that money into it, it's not as easy as everyone makes it seem to believe. It's difficult. It requires a lot of grit, a lot of determination, a lot of you're in a black tunnel, but you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you know you're gonna get there eventually. But it's just about not giving up when you're just about to make it. Just keep going. It's easier said than done, 100%. But you've got to believe in yourself. Because how can someone believe in you if you don't believe in yourself?
Sometimes you need other people to believe in yourself and believe in you for the days you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah, 100%. I rely on that sometimes as well.
I rely on it a lot.
I do, like, because it's a cushion blanket, like, wow, you just literally just lift me up when I need it. But at the same time, I can't rely on that all the time, because if I rely on that all the time, I'm putting myself at a detriment. I have to also believe in it for me to make it happen. Your belief has to be greater than other people's belief in you. Do you know what I mean? It has to surpass that. And when it doesn't, that's when you feel like you feel stuck. You're not really moving because you don't believe in yourself. you don't believe you can carry yourself to the finish line. So yeah, a lot of self-reflection. It takes, you know, when you're, oh my god, I realized it because I'm this year, like, I've started to become a bit more accountable, and I've started to like place habits into my diary and stuff like that, and like ticking things off, like daily habits, small little things like doing your bed, creaming your body after you've had a shower, just flossing, like even like gua sha. There's so many things, doing maybe like learning an online skill, drinking 1 liter of water, praying, taking your vitamins. There's so many things, yeah, that's on my habit tracker that I have to do every day, and it's uncomfortable in terms of like when you see that you haven't done certain things and looking back and being like, rah, you can now kind of see what you've done and what you haven't done. And that level of accountability is uncomfortable to see firsthand, but it's just like, it's also rewarding because you're finally taking steps to become the person you've always envisioned yourself to be. You're literally moving. You're no longer like immobilized. And it's just stagnant. That feeling of stagnant, and you just feel lost with life, bro. Get yourself a habit tracker and force yourself to become uncomfortable. It's the takeaway for me anyway. Like, they always say greatness lies outside of your comfort zone, and I believe that truly, like with my whole being, because when you start to get uncomfortable, you start like breaking old habits that you're used to doing. So it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Yeah, I'm trying to be a bit more consistent with things, and let's just see how it goes.
Consistency is one of those difficult things. I don't know. At least
it's hard. How do you find it difficult?
I think consistency is fine when that's where like motivation versus discipline comes in, right? When you have the motivation to do something, like to get up and go to the gym, like motivation can't carry you all the time. Because sometimes you're so demotivated. It's raining outside. It's you're tired. Like you just had a really bad day. Then motivation can't carry you because it's not there. And that's where like trying to build habits during the times when you are motivated allows you to keep it consistent and have that discipline when you don't have
exactly
the motivation. So that's where I am right now. I'm trying to like build really good habits, but also I fall out of motivation really quickly. So trying to build, I feel like this year we're gonna be super disciplined.
100%.
And that's very tricky.
It is,
especially when you're really just so over it and over everything.
Honestly,
and it's a bad day, and you still want to do it. It's just
Trust
about like
me.
continue to do it.
Honestly, Netflix and chill is just there. It's an easier option to do.
TikTok, Instagram, it's just easy to get
It's
scrolled.
so and I find that even with me, I can only speak for myself, I'm always in a state of wanting to distract myself. Like, even when I have a time alone, I just want to put something in the background, or I want to listen to something. Like, having moments to yourself to really just be in your own element. Why am I afraid of that? Not afraid of it per se, but like, why don't I want to be in stillness without any distractions? So that's something that I have to self-reflect about and like really get to the root of it. Like, why do I always have to have something in the background? Am I overstimulated? Or am I understimulated? What is it that's preventing me from really truly just like that in my own stillness? I was literally came out swimming yesterday. I was in a changing room by myself, putting cream on, as you do. And as I was putting cream on, I was just like, I need to listen to something. Like, I was so eager to put something on. So I was just like, okay, receipts, free shots. There's like, I need something to fulfill my ears. So it was just like, because where I am, there's no reception. I had downloaded a free shot episode from ages ago that I've already probably listened to, but I was just like, I need to play something. What is that? Why can't I be in my own? This is not a therapy session, sorry.
Sometimes it does turn into that. A lot of times. That's what I realized. I think the conversation has started with music as a prompt and then turned something else. Yeah. Which is fun, which is what I like. Yeah. Like, you start with, I don't even know what song we're talking about just now.
We were talking about, I think, Chunks and Philly. Yeah,
but the song that we picked.
Genuine, yeah, differences, yeah.
It's differences.
Yeah.
Exactly, there's still the 5 songs in there.
Yeah, sorry.
So It was genuine, started it, then it turned into other things, and we started talking about UK music, and we just went from R&B to UK. You know what I mean? Like, it's what's fun about it. Like, you start with the song, and then the song takes you where it takes you.
I already kind of spoke about this.
What's that?
Read all about it.
You didn't talk about it. You used to talk about Emeli Sandé.
Okay, read all about it. Okay, I'll speak about the song. So Read All About It is a song that I get emotional every time I listen to it. Like tears free flow from my eyes every single time that I listen to it, because it speaks and it resonates. It's about just breaking out of your mold and speaking up and speaking out loud, even if the voice is literally, the words are trapped in your voice you're just trapped inside, and it's about like being misunderstood and not caring about being misunderstood, and you've got a purpose. Everyone's got a purpose in this life, and your responsibility is to shine light on that purpose. And this song just tells me, like, don't care about what others have to say. Don't care about being perceived negatively. Just go forth with whatever it is that you want to say, whatever it is that you want to put out there, and just don't hold back. And I just get emotional because it's like, sometimes you are your own worst critic and your worst enemy. You're just so quick, because we don't talk to ourselves the way we talk to our friends. We're so nice to our friends, we're so loving to our friends, but to ourselves, we are horrible. So quick to just dismiss our emotions, so quick to cuss ourselves out, so quick to put ourselves down in all different facets, whether that be physically, how we look, anything to do with ourselves. We're the first person to put ourselves down, and I think that is not nice. It's not a nice place to be in here. If you're constantly doing that to yourself, it's just going to cause self-destruction. And for me, this song is just about letting go completely, you know. So I really resonate with the lyrics. I think she conveys music so beautifully, and it's a level of storytelling as well.
Emeli is a great storyteller. She's a great storyteller.
Amazing. So I used to listen to this when I always felt misunderstood, or I always felt like, you know, I'm getting blamed for things that I didn't do, like trivial things. And I'll listen to it and I just be like, me all about it. It's you're biting your tongue. No, but I'm literally like, you're biting your tongue. We all bite our tongue. Do you know what I mean? And I'm the biggest one to do that, like, because I'm not very much of a confrontation person. I'm very much like, I hate confrontation with my whole heart, man. I hate it. I hate the idea of having to speak and confront my feelings, because I was never allowed to do so. So for me, it's just kind of like, biting my tongue is something that I need to work on doing less of, and actually start speaking my mind and not being afraid to speak my mind. This is so emotional. I'm not doing that, but like, yeah, biting my tongue is something that I've done my whole life, and I'm tired. I'm not doing it anymore. I've literally stepped into my confrontation. Well, a little baby step into my confrontation bag, and not biting your tongue anymore. And you got a word of hearts of lies. The way she just speaks, it's just like raw, let it out. And I'm learning to be a bit more confrontational. It's not easy for somebody like me, like at all. Like, I love keeping the peace. I love keeping the harmony. But yeah, the idea of, but then the only person that hurts is yourself when you bite your tongue. You're only ever hurting yourself at the end of the day. And a lot of times things are easily misunderstood. So by having that conversation, you can really and truly just get over that barrier, because now you've heard that other person's perspective, something that you never took into consideration. And by having that level of healthy communication, you just dispel so many misconceptions. And I'm afraid when I get into a relationship, I won't be able to communicate. And that's one thing that, even in any sort of friendship, relationship, family, whatever, I'm scared I don't know how to communicate.
But I do see like it's something that you're getting better at, like speaking your mind. And because one thing that too is, right, people don't know what it is that you're thinking.
Exactly.
Right? Like, no one can guess. I can't just get your shit out of like of the ether. Like, I just can't read you, right? And it's unfair for us to want people to like read our minds. And so we're just saying like, okay, this is how I feel, or I want you to do this for me, please. Can you please do it for me? Which is like something that I'm learning, because for some reason there's all these misconceptions about relationship where your partner needs to be able to like read
your mind. Yeah, I would expect him to.
It's not fair, because he's not gonna do it, because he doesn't know what's in your mind. If you don't say, I was expecting this from you and you didn't do it, it really hurt my feelings. It's like, shit, fine, I know for next time not to do that to you. Not or to think about, because I'm not thinking about it. Your priorities are not their priorities. And another thing is like, if you don't confront someone for something they've done to you, they're not thinking about it at all. It's just you simmering in the corner by yourself.
Literally
this
weeping.
Said this thing. And the person forgot all
completely
about it. Like, their conversation happened that moment, and then it left them
completely.
And then it's you simmering. I don't like to simmer, right? I only simmer for like a day, and only in a professional setting. In a professional setting, I go away because I can't. Right?
Snap back into it,
Then I come back and I'm like, okay, cool. I've had a think and I'm not happy with this. But in a personal, I'm very good at like, immediately, this is not great. Let's try to circle back and do better. Because it's just you. The person who said it, I'm not thinking about it anymore. So it's a kind of a kindness to yourself. You're really setting yourself free. By saying something.
Exactly.
So if I tell you, Kaniya, you hurt me by saying this, and you're like, shit, I didn't even know, I'm so sorry. Or you say, nothing. At least I said it.
Do you know what? And you're affording the other person the opportunity to speak their mind as well.
Because now you've created a scenario in your head that's probably not true.
Probably.
Because I could have said that thing and I didn't know that I'd hurt your feelings. But for you, I really hurt your feelings. And I don't know that. You're not giving me the time to explain myself. When I said this, I meant X, Y, and Z. But now you're in your head making up a scenario.
But do you know what it is? I'm basing it off like what I think you will tell me.
That's not fair.
I know it's not fair, but because the characteristics I've seen already, like, do I want to now explain?
Go confirm them then. Go and confirm your assumptions.
By speaking about it,
Then you can either be like, okay, cool, I was correct, fine, or actually I was really wrong, because you could really surprise yourself.
I think there's times where I would be surprised, because I have confronted it and I was just like, these are two different wavelengths that we're on, and now we get to be at one wavelength because we spoke about it. What I need to stop doing is just dismissing it, because in my head I'm just thinking, I already know how you're going to react. I'm not here for the aftermath of how you're going to react. I know it's going to be destructive and I don't want to be in that place. So I'm not even affording you the opportunity to hear you out, because in my mind I've already made a preconceived
But if you can let
judgment.
it go, if it's after doing that you're able to let it go, fine. But if I'm still simmering, I'm not going to sit in this discomfort by myself. I didn't cause this discomfort.
I'm dragging you into this discomfort.
I'm not like this because I did this to myself. And if really is that I am making up these things in my head, you can come and set me free and be like, actually not true. But if you come and confirm that actually I was right, fine, one tick, I was correct. A. B, if it does have an aftermath of something, someone reacts badly, I'm bringing you back into the chaos that you created.
I love that.
No, I really am. Like, you did this.
Dead ass.
I'm not going to name it myself, because I didn't create this on myself.
Yeah, why do I have to simmer alone?
Come, let's talk about this. And if it's uncomfortable for you, why is it uncomfortable for you?
Very true. Very true.
So if someone is 100% confrontational, and I know how they're going to react. Like, for example, I know how my mom's going to react to something. I know how it's going to come out. I'll still do it. Because we this conversation we're having is a two-way conversation, so I must award you or give you enough even grace for you to come and talk for yourself, because I'm making up scenarios and words for you in my head, and that's not fair. So come and
speak about it.
Sure, but I'm not doing this on myself.
But sometimes it's easier said than done, though, because some people, they may never had the opportunity to have that safe space to speak and confront their feelings, because they've, for example, always been shut down if they've ever tried to speak up. So that avenue of just feeling even comfortable to speak is just terrifying, because you've just never had that. You've never had that opportunity to express yourself. It's always been So now trying to overcome that barrier, it's hard. It's like really, 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 it's a lot of like self-motivation, some
And baby
talks,
steps, yeah.
baby steps. So just being easy on yourself, for real.
Yeah.
Should I do another one?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, my favorite. Oh, I love this man. So this is Nipsey Hussle, and the song that I chose is called Bigger Than Life. I love this song because it's just so motivational, so inspiring, so prophetic, should I say, because he low-key spoke about like the way he was gonna pass. He said they're gonna probably try set up like a friend of mine. I don't know that in reality it was a friend to kill me, because he is somebody that was so exceptional, so pioneering, so community orientated. He wanted the best for his community. He wanted everyone to come with him to the top. So he was a target, you know. So the music that he speaks about in this song in particular is just so moving, so empowering. I love the message he brings forth on this particular track, and his whole essence. He's just a leader, thought-provoking. I absolutely adore this song, and it's something that I usually play when I'm feeling reflective, when I just want to just sit back and just appreciate what I have in life, because it's bigger than life itself, you know. Like sometimes I have like small little like inconveniences or annoyances. I'm just like, and it's so easy to get into that bad mental mind frame. But when you listen to this, like all those small inconveniences literally just wash away. Just like, you're fucking right, man. You've always been right. And it's a shame that he passed before he could have really like blossomed even more than he already was. He was a true gem, and his music speaks to me. All his tracks really like, marathon. It's just about taking steps, baby steps. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. You know, this whole life, we're on this earth for a pretty time, even though it goes quickly, it's not a sprint. Just take your time with it. Yeah, I really enjoy it. So
Are there specific elements or specific parts in Bigger Than Life that have you particularly more reflective than
yeah,
others?
there are. Okay, so I like this, yeah. So life is what you make it. I hope you make a movement. Hope your opportunity survives the opportunist. Hoping as you walk across the sand, you see my shoe print. It's so prophetic. Did he know? To me, it just sounds so. Ah. Yes, but I go through what you haven't. It's not ego driven. It's not me boasting and bragging. This road I chose to go down. It's hard to slow down when in traffic. In order for me to grow, I had to let go of some habits. And it's easy to say I'm on that because you've seen it and it happens. But before it ever did, I had to believe it and get it cracking. Like this to me is just everything. Before I had to believe it, I had to go and get it cracking. Like he had to work hard. It was so much grit. Like I had to put in work for me to see what I'm seeing now. Like it's not an overnight success you see right before your eyes. This is years in the making. This is delayed gratification. This is me putting in that work. And for me, that just speaks volumes, because I truly believe like for anything to be long lasting and sustainable, it needs to have taken some time for you to really sow your foundations and allow the the seeds and the soil to germinate before it can really grow. Like overnight success is something that happens, and it does happen, but it's not sustainable. Like I always love seeing somebody's journey from the start to the end, like just seeing them just rise and blossom like this beautiful sycamore tree flower, if you will. So for me, it's just that idea of longevity. Like the marathon is gonna take some time. I'm gonna get there, and he knew he was always gonna get there. And he never gave up on himself. He never folded, and he's always been the same person he's always been in his whole entire life. And it's just like, and he's real. He says, with a dream minus the means, my early teens was fucking tragic. Like he's come up with some really tough circumstances, but he didn't allow that to define him. And for me, that kind of things
Resonate with you.
yeah, because we all go through hard times. We all have some unspoken things that we've been through in our lives. But it's just like, I see the light at the end of the tunnel. And I've always said, it's not where I start, it's where I end. So I might have not had the best start or the most whatever the circumstances, but I know with hard work, determination, consistency that I have to put in myself, I will get to where I want to get to. And everyone's version of success is so different. Some people's version of success is just having a family, having parents that love them wholeheartedly, having that comfort, knowing that they can return home and it's a warm roof over their heads. Everyone looks so different. Others, it might be the millions in the bank. Others, it's not mutually exclusive. You can have both. And yeah, it just gives me hope. I think this song really gives me hope. It just tells me like, yo, I might have not had the best start in life, but look at me now. And that's what it gives me. Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I have nothing to add.
Yeah.
Said
Okay.
it all. Nothing to add.
Yeah, that's what it gives me. And I just rest in power, Nipsey Hussle. You are greatly missed, and your music will always resonate with your listeners. Yeah. And now moving on to a more light-hearted song, Kongaso by Nice. This song takes me back to when I was doing my A-levels. I fucking hated my A-levels. That whole period of my life was just horrible.
Why is that?
I was just not myself during sixth form. I was isolated from my friends. I'd gone to a different school. Then I flopped my year 12, so I had to redo my year 12 in my old school. So going back to the same place that I came out of, returning back, it did feel like I was somewhat, a failure because I had to redo my A-levels. So I was just not even in the right space. And when I had gone to a different school, when I was by myself, I was just isolated. I just isolated myself. I would be eating like my lunch by myself sometimes in like the maths room, the maths department. I used to do maths. And so yeah. So then when I went back to my original school to continue my A-levels, this one song was the one song that I was just like getting me through, like anytime I was just doing my biology, like A-levels, like doing my research and doing my revision, the music will be playing, and it was so heartwarming, and it used to pump me up. Keep going. It was like a self-hype song, and it just allowed me to keep more of a positive mind frame, even though I just wasn't, I don't know what it was, I just was not feeling myself. Like I was a shell of myself. Like I've never been that like low esteemed ever. Like before then, secondary school, I was just like, I don't know what happened then. It was a glitch in my life that I don't really remember. I didn't really think about too much. But Kongaso, I first heard it when I used to live in Peckham, and my neighbour had her birthday party, so she invited all of us because she was Nigerian. We grew up in a predominantly Nigerian kind of community, so she was like, yeah, let's go to my party. It was my sister's friend at the time. We go. She just dancing on this table. I remember like it was yesterday. She was dancing on the table. This song comes through the speakers, and I'm like, yo,
what's this?
Yo. And I'm just like, I feel it coursing through my body, and I'm just like, I really like this song. So I noted it down, and I was just like, no, when I go home, I don't know if YouTube was LimeWire, probably. I was just like, I need to know this song, like Gongaso. But yeah, so when okay, I'll get the lyrics out because
isn't it is it in English? Does it have English words?
Yeah, it has English words. It's this one. I'm gonna pause it. So here it is. Yeah, I'm back, y'all. So it's in Nigerian, but in Yoruba, I don't know if it's Yoruba. It's just about like just having party, jolly party, and it's just about having fun. And it says something about like I just wanna have fun, enjoy, make money, and just party. And I'm just like, yes, me too. I do want to do that as well. So yeah, that's what I really love about it. It took me from a really bad mental space to just in that moment listening to it, just in a high, like it'll transform me to a party. I'll do this one.
That's the last one.
Yeah. Oh, this is my favorite one. This is my. Can I just see which one this was? Oh, okay. I'll do this one. I'd like this one. I like her as well a lot, but this song. Thornhill and D'Angelo. Nothing even matters. What more do I have to say?
You're actually such a lover girl.
I don't know, but really and truly, what more do I have to say? Nothing even. No, okay, go. Nothing matters, guys. Nothing matters.
Why that song?
For me, this song is just kind of like, yo, all the kind of concerns I have right now, be it small, big, whatever it may be, whatever concerns I have, it literally is so minute, so small. There's like a bigger picture, and it's bigger than life, like the Nipsey Hussle song. And it's just like, you're fucking right, nothing even matters. Like, who are we measuring ourselves to? What expectation, what measurement are we, to what standard are we being held at? Does somebody have a gun to my head saying that I have to reach certain points in my life at certain times? No. Nothing really truly matters in the grand scheme of things. All the little things that we worry about, trust and believe, yeah, if it's not going to matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter at all. We are so hell-bent on like simmering in inconveniences, and I do that a lot without even realizing sometimes. That's especially the old me in terms of pessimism, because I've never been that way inclined. But when I was, it was like I had like a freaking cloud over my head. And it's like one bad thing after the other. Obviously, granted, we all go through things, but there was times in my life where there was just consecutive bad things happening one after the other, and I was just like, I can't catch a break. I can't. But yeah, things are okay now, but it's just like, in the grand scheme of things, and I'm just like, you're right. Just the name itself just speaks volumes, and it resonates with me. What does nothing even matter mean to you? What does that song mean to you?
When I heard it, I think it's a very two-pronged kind of song.
Yeah.
For me, it felt like leaning on other people who love you for support, because like all the outside stuff doesn't matter. I think we go back to like our conversation about like love and support that we talked about, our families, and that's where things can happen in the outside, like things can go really really bad, but it really doesn't matter because I have the support and I have these people, and it's like basically it's not that deep. Everything's gonna be just fine. With the support of the people who love you and who genuinely care about you and want really well, want things to go really well for you.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. I couldn't have said it better myself. I was running out of words because I was thinking, but really and truly, you literally said it perfectly. Like, when you have a support, I think people underestimate the power of a support system. People that genuinely are there for you through thick and thin. Like, you can always rely on people, like certain people in your life. No matter what, they're putting their shoes on, they're coming to get you at 3 a.m.
100%.
No matter what, they'll fly across the country to come and see you because you need them then and there. That is priceless.
It is.
Like, nothing can compare to that.
It can't.
Money couldn't even, do you know what I mean? You can't buy that.
You can't.
That level of love and loyalty is priceless.
You'd be like, I'm coming, and I like literally I'm coming. You can just call and be like, I'm not.
Do you know
like,
what? 100%. Like, I had an epiphany one day. Like, my friend, yeah, I just love them so bits. And then there was this like something so small. I asked them to come last minute, and she came, and I just looked at her, and I was just like, you literally show up for me each and every time. Like, what did I do to deserve you? Like, what did I actually do to deserve you? And it's like, and vice versa. Like, I'll be there 100%. For every step of the way. Like, that you're riding. Do you know what I mean? And I just had, like, when you just have a moment of reflection, then and there, it's just like, that's a favorite moment. Like, you literally just like, you have literally been there every step of the way. Like, and I don't know what I would have done without you. Like, small little things as well that you think, oh no, this is not gonna turn out right. You are there all the time. Like,
I get that.
This is just like, I hope you'd never ever like lose that, and I just want that for everyone. That level of love and comfort and reliability. I'm a mess, but that is just priceless. And I'm just so grateful for it. Gratitude is something big as well that I'm trying to exercise more of, because can't believe I'm crying on this. I'm very emotional. I think my period is coming. But yeah,
Same.
I had to put this on my nose, but it's okay. I don't really care. Yeah, like I'm just like, wow.
And it's luck as well. You're like, and I always think that like, whenever you reflect on moments like this,
Yeah.
let it also be like a reflection on you as well, right? The fact that you attract that kind of energy into your life, and people are wanting to show up for you because of where you stand in their lives.
Exactly.
So like in moments where when you're talking about like not being so kind to yourself, being able to reflect, and actually I'm a great friend. That's why I have great friends.
Period.
Like I would not have great friends if I wasn't a great friend myself.
Exactly.
If I didn't show up, no one will show up for me, and that's just it.
Exactly.
But people show up because I show up.
Yes.
People reach out because I reach out. You know,
Yes, it's reciprocal.
It's reciprocal.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of who you are as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes you lose that. Sometimes you forget, actually, no, you are a great friend as well.
Exactly.
Like,
You're a good person.
good. Like, just you're there for them as much as they're there for you. And it's like a mutual respect, mutual reciprocity. Fuck that word.
English came on above.
Yeah,
So.
reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
That word right there. It's that mutual love and support, and just like we're like kindred spirits. Like I feel like I've met some people in a past life that's I get along with them so well. Like our souls must have just connected like briefly. And I'm just like, I know. Girl, you familiar to me?
I know you. I knows you.
I knows you.
Woo!
That was a good way to end.
Wow.
This was a good session.
Yeah. Wow.
I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much.
So we have like one last kind of chit chat.
Go ahead.
Questions. So this part is just to end off just like 3 questions for you, music related, and answer what the first song that comes into your mind. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
First question: what's your go-to shower song?
Oh, I don't listen to music in the shower anymore. We're not allowed in my religion.
Really?
Yeah, I used to, but not anymore.
Kaniya is a Muslim.
I'm Muslim. Yeah, I'm a Islamic babes. Well, I try to be anyway. Don't hold me to it. But yeah, listening to music in the toilet is haram, so I don't do it anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, listening to music period is actually haram. So yeah, but in the toilet specifically. Yeah, no go.
In toilet specifically?
Specifically, yeah. There's just reasons for it. Yeah.
Wow.
So, no
okay.
go.
Wow.
So it's my silence. That's the only time I guess I've got quietness and I can think about my own thoughts.
Fine. Next question.
Yeah.
If there was a song you could hear again for the first time, what would it be?
Song that I can listen to for the first time. Like I've never listened to it again before. Well, ignore that rambling. I'll come back to that one. Okay. I need to think about that one.
And the next question, if your life had a theme song, what song would it be?
That's so cute. That's a very good question. It would be It's a Climb by Miley Cyrus.
Why?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's me and my friend's favourite song, actually, the friend I was speaking to about earlier. It's just a climb. It literally says it in the name. Like, you start from here and it's an onward trajectory. You know how I was saying before, like, progress to me, no matter how incremental it is so beautiful because it just shows that I'm learning to develop. And self-development is something that I strive to do. So, yeah, just small little incremental steps to get to where I want to be. Wherever that pinnacle looks like to me, is where I'm going to get to eventually. So it's just a climb. Keep on moving, keep climbing. It's all about the climb. So yeah, for me, that's just maybe that, and that's a Raven. That's all right. But that has no really true meaning. It's just a vibe, yeah. Future. Future, yeah. Don't Raven. situation. Misbehaving. Go now, say now, with it way down. I'm right now. It's the future I can see. It's so mysterious to me. Oh, that's me. So that's a cute little, theme song for my life. But in terms of meaning, The Climb.
And the climb starts to like you know when you're like in a place. Like,
Yeah.
That dream I'm dreaming, but
there's a voice inside my head saying,
you'll never reach
self-doubt, get rid of it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost.
No direction.
Well, my faith is.
Now I gotta keep trying.
What?
I gotta keep my head held high, 'cause it's gonna be another mountain.
What?
I'm gonna have to wanna make a move.
Oh, it's gonna be a
uphill battle. Sometimes I gotta have to lose. That's
no
wrong.
matter how I get there.
No matter waiting on the other side.
Woo!
It's
the
yes. Yeah.
Keep on moving, climbing, keep your.
I haven't thought about that song in a long time.
Yeah, it's a very emotional song when you think about it, because it's like you like no matter how far it is like that, and also what you said about that negative self-thought that we always. It's gonna be the one thing to hold us back. She's like, no, let go of it, banish it, get rid of it, keep going. There's a saying about just don't think about the whole staircase, just take one step.
Yeah. One day at a time.
One day at a time. I think that was Malcolm Jr. who said that, or whoever said that. It's true. Take that first step of that staircase. Don't look at the whole thing.
The last question.
Go on with your bad self.
Given that music is kind of secular music is haram in Islam, but so if you have to think about it, when you leave this world,
yes,
which song do you want your loved ones to play to celebrate your life?
The Quran.
Quran.
Yes. Please make dua. Like, I would want you to recite the Quran on my behalf. Make dua for me. Like, just, that. If I have a clip of me reciting it, just keep playing it. Just whenever you have the opportunity to, just keep playing it. Make dua for me. That's one thing that I will definitely leave to my loved ones to continue to do for me whenever that time comes. Yes.
Amen.
I mean, exactly. So, loved ones, if you're watching this, I love you.
Back to that one question.
Yeah, what was that one question again?
Which song would you play again for the first time?
For the first time. This is a really tricky question. It's very layered, because for the first time, there must be one song that I'm just like, wow, like blown away by everything, not just the lyrics, but like the whole. For the first time, I would have to look at my phone for this, Oh, this really cute song called Sarah by Autumn Sharif, and the song is so emotional. It's not available on Spotify, I don't think. She just did a cover. I think it's an original song of hers on YouTube. And that song, that and Utopia, it just makes me cry every time I listen to Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. Why do you wanna hurt me? It's just about being taken advantage of, and being exploited, and just feeling abused. It's just a sad song. It's a really sad song, and I'm just like, oh. Just so like, when you hear somebody else's pain and you're coming from an empathetic place, and all you just want to do is wrap your arms around them and just hug them and just be like, it's gonna be okay. That's how I feel about that song. It's just so beautiful. So Sarah.
Let's end on tears.
No, I wanted to end on joy and laughter. What the fuck? I'm gonna check my flow app, because I am definitely due. It's not even funny, because I can't be just emotional just off the bat. I'm very unhinged. Period. 14 days.
Well.
So it's not my period.
You can't blame
It's
it.
not my period. It's just me.
But so that's the end of the episode.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I really, really enjoyed that.
Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing. And
Yeah.
I don't know if I can thank you for making me cry because I did not bring my tissues with me to sit down today, but it was really great.
I really enjoyed it.
Sit down and talk to you today.
Yeah, it was therapy for me. Like, it was just nice to just speak about just experiences and sharing it with you. And I'm very proud of you for creating this podcast. Guys, please check all her other videos out as well. They're amazing. And yeah, you're doing bits and you should be so proud of yourself. And I wish you nothing but the best and all the success in the world.
Thank you so much. Well, I have nothing to say to that. That's where we end. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye, guys.